Americans go outside and they take their trash to the sidewalk, and a garbage truck comes by and takes it away. Well, where's away? In America, away is a hole dug into the earth about a mile deep, and it's filled with trash. It's called a landfill. According to environmentalisteveryday.org, the amount of trash produced each year by us is enough to weigh more than 2.3 million 747 jumbo jets. One 747 jumbo jet fits 580 people. Today I'm here to attempt to persuade you that we must stop putting trash in landfills. According to a book called Don't Burn It Here, written by Edward J. Walsh, the United States produces 40% of the world's trash. And me being a U.S. citizen, and I'm expecting that everybody else in here is, we as a people make up that percentage. Now, this landfill, all these landfills have come to pollute our air and our water. And if you feel that you aren't experiencing the effects from it, then if you have children, you will. Some of you might already have children. So as parents and future parents, we must educate ourselves on how to create a better environment for our children. Not a hazardous, polluted, dangerous one to live in, but a nurtured, green earth so that they can be safe and without fear. I always wondered where my bottles and my cans and my paper went after I threw it in a blue can, and I soon found out that it's recycled, it's used again. It doesn't just sit somewhere. But I couldn't answer the same question for my trash. My trash went to landfills after I extensively researched where trash went. And due to this, I researched landfills and compost piles extensively. Today I'll discuss the big issues with landfills, some awesome solutions to the landfills, the problems that the landfills propose, and finally I'll give you a visualization of our future if we do not address these issues. The way we manage trash is simply dangerous, and it resembles a child cleaning his room by putting all the junk in his room in his closet, closing the door, and saying, "My room is clean." According to Solid Waste 2000, when a landfill is filled up to its capacity, it proposes a gigantic threat of directly polluting our air and our water. Now, we all need to breathe to live, and we all need to drink water some way or somehow to live. And according to groundwater contamination in the U.S., written by Emily Ford, every year that it rains, and it rains on landfills too, there's no exception. When it rains on landfills, for every acre there is in a landfill, 1 million gallons of contaminated water accumulates every year. And according to the same book, this contaminated water is called leachate. And leachate is 10 to 1,000 times more contaminated and dangerous than sewage. Now, according to a World Water Development report, this leachate obviously seeps down to the bottom of landfills due to gravity. And once it gets to the bottom, sometimes there's soil. And since there's soil, the water goes through. And sometimes it goes all the way down underground, still in a highly polluted state. And once it gets there, there's sometimes subterranean rock. And through subterranean rock flows groundwater, something that's called groundwater. And it is usually polluted by leachate. Now, groundwater is used to this day in developed countries and countries that are still developing as cooking water and drinking water. However, the problems of landfills don't even stop at the water. The biggest problem with landfills, confirmed by the Environmental Protection Agency, every year that passes, a study has shown that landfills will produce 12 times more methane than all of the cars in the United States of America combined. What does that mean? What is methane? Methane is a greenhouse gas. Well, what's a greenhouse gas? Greenhouse gas is the source of global warming. Well, how does that affect us? Well, according to a conference held in Moscow concerning the effects of global warming, Professor Andrew Hines of the School of London School of Climate Change and Tropical Medicine, in a conference he stated, due to climate change caused by global warming, we have already estimated that about 160,000 people have died. Even recently in Tabasco, Mexico, over 1 million homes were flooded to the roof, due to super evaporation from the rainforest, which he stated has never happened before. Now, thousands and thousands of people died, and it's plausible that if landfills were smaller, some of those people could be alive today. Now that I've explained to you the problem with landfills, I'll explain to you my plan that I've researched to completely solve these issues. The answer to landfills is an alternative to trash cans, because the trash we put in the trash can goes to the landfill. So how do we stop putting trash in trash cans? The answer is compost piles. What a compost pile is a pile of soil and microorganisms like fungus that decomposes other organics. Basically, table scraps, garden debris, everything you can't recycle. You put it into your compost pile, and it turns it into life-supporting, nourishing soil, instead of methane that eventually can destroy the world. And according to Rodale's book of composting, compost piles can completely do away with the growth of landfills entirely. But it doesn't even stop there. Compost piles even prove more useful and have more uses than that. Farmers usually use compost piles as a substitute, a complete substitute to fertilizer, to grow food, fruit, trees, plants, vegetables, everything. And if you are, and even further, if you're able to make a compost so effective that you don't have to use your trash can at all, you can completely eliminate the monthly fee that the garbage truck charges to pick up your trash, saving you even more money. If you start making compost piles, you'll start saving money, and you'll also be completely changing the world at the same time. What a purpose! All because of compost piles. Now that I explained to you the plan that I've chosen to fix this issue, I'll give you a visualization of what our world will be like in the future if we continue in the way of landfills. If we continue in the way of landfills, obviously we're going to run out of space to put all the trash, which means that we're going to be living with trash. You're going to look outside and you're going to see trash, no matter what, because we're obviously going to run out of places to put it. Second, all of our oceans will become highly polluted and poisonous, and a majority of everything underwater will die. Also, you can expect that you can't go to the beach anymore. How much does that suck? Now, last, our air will become polluted, highly polluted, and diseases and climate change will grow highly. In conclusion, I've showed you what problems landfills project, a solution to the problems, and a visualization of our future if we do not take action. I'll be handing out some handouts of how to create your own compost pile, and if you can encourage others, we can change the earth from its road to destruction on a road to recovery. And in the beginning, when I said that when you put your trash out on the sidewalk and it goes away, eventually you won't have a choice but to see where it goes because it'll be across the street. Make a compost pile and make a difference.